All right, y'all, I'm at Cotaco Creek. I'm with my buddy Jeremy Hensley.
How y'all doing?
He's got a channel, him and his wife, Our Cup of Tea RV, and we got connected on YouTube probably in the last few months, I guess. And he lives in Faultville. I'm in Decatur, so that's not too far away, and so he was familiar with a lot of places that on my videos. So we finally got a chance worked out to where we could paddle after 1 or 2 attempts, you know. And our scheduling's always a little tough, but anyway, we're out here at beautiful Cotaco Creek, and it's a quiet and actually a mild morning. We've had some really been under extreme heat warning for most of last week, but it's cooled off a little bit today. Should be a nice day. Only a slight chance of rain this evening. So anyway, you can see he's got his boat here decked out, loaded to go. Pardon the massive catfish that some unkind person left there. They left the small one over by my boat. But anyway, we're going to get loaded up and get out of this stench and get on down the creek. So we'll check back in a little bit. We're still just kind of getting started, but we're in a spot where I know my brother Alabama Floats likes to fish. I told Jeremy that this would be a good place to throw a lure out, so he's going to give it a shot, but don't tell Alabama Floats I gave away his fishing spot. We've stopped here on Cotaco Creek. We're on the main channel, and you can see Jeremy's got his boat rigged out there. Got a trolling motor. He's got depth finder, and we were going along. He saw a lot of fish on the depth finder, so I told him, I said, man, you gotta figure out what that is. So we're taking a little fishing break here. He's gonna see if he can snag some of those little dots on his fish finder, but man, it is a beautiful day here. You know, I might have mentioned earlier, or maybe I didn't, but for just about the entire week we've been under an extreme heat warning. I think feels like temperature has been in the 110s or higher, and it's just been really hot, but it's cooled off today. Going to be cooler for really matter of fact, the last time I looked at the weather, the next 4 days were in the 80s. Wouldn't even get out of the 80s, and so this is the first day of that, and it is beautiful, man. Just look at that. And plus it's overcast right now. There's only about a 30% chance of rain this afternoon, but it feels really good out here now, especially after the week we've had. So we're just enjoying this cooler weather, and the overcast is keeping the sun off of us. So we're out here just enjoying Cotaco Creek. Maybe old Jeremy will get him a fish too. He got one earlier. It came off before he got it to the boat, but he did hook one earlier, so he's hoping to get one in the boat here, and maybe he can make that happen. There it is.
I got it. I got it on camera.
Woo. All right, we're at one of my camp spots. We're out to camp with Mike the Stranger. It's a cool little spot, and we just pulled up here. It's a great place to get out and just stretch our legs. What do you think, Jeremy?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like all this shade, all the trees for hammocks.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, just a cool little spot. So we're just gonna hang out here for a minute and stretch our legs, and then we'll get back on the water here shortly. All right, there's our boats. We're gonna walk up here and check out one of my old camp spots and see what it looks like. As you can tell, and I've talked about it on the previous videos, it gets used a lot. Well-worn path. Looks like somebody's actually come out here with a weed eater and cut it down, but it's public land, so there you go.
You got a little clothesline or something?
Yeah. Got some firewood already up here, tennis shoes, chairs, and cook set over here, grills, fire ring. All right, Jeremy saw some more blips on the radar, so we're stopping and see if he can trick some of them into hopping in his boat. The cool thing is, though, is he's got a depth finder on his setup there, and the creek's at like 17, 18 feet. I had no idea it was that deep. I always wondered how deep it was. And I was telling him, I've always kind of been surprised that so much of it sits at lake level. You know, it'll just be flat for miles and miles. I thought at some point it's got to get back to the original, creek level and be shallow. But that's why it's flat for so long, because it is well above its natural height. And, you wouldn't really think of it, because when you look at it, it's like this really isn't that wide a creek. But yeah, 17, 18 feet deep. That's it's a lot of water. Man, it has been a fantastic trip. We've had a great trip. We've gone upstream a couple miles, looked at a couple camp spots, and just taken in the beauty of God's creation. And it's just been a wonderful day. And Jeremy, what do you think, brother?
Man, it's been a wonderful day. wonderful company. I've really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the company and the conversation. And
Well, thank you. I have too. Absolutely.
man, I'm so glad we got to do this, and I definitely would like to do it again sometime soon.
Yeah, we'll have to make that happen. Yeah, but he's really enjoyed Cotaco Creek. Of course, this is obviously one of my favorites. So he had not been able to, get out here this way a lot. So we came out here mainly so he can see it, and he's sold. He likes it.
Yeah.
Hope y'all have enjoyed our little outing here on Cotaco Creek, and we'll see y'all on the next one.